Three, two, one. Good morning and welcome to your Tuesday edition of the Morning Jog. My name is Matt Cohan and I am joined by, I think it's safe to say, friends, Robbie Berger and Francis Ellis. How are we, boys?
Yeah, good. I'm really good because you got engaged.
I am engaged. Yes.
You see that,
Jesus
Robbie?
Christ, why is this the first time that I'm hearing this?
Maybe you should follow him on Instagram.
Francis liked and commented on, and it meant a lot to me. I didn't see a brilliantly dumb comment. I didn't see a like.
So that's why I'm so bothered. That's why I'm so bothered by this. I have you on Facebook, and I don't think you posted anything on Facebook.
Who uses Facebook anymore, other than the Russians?
Yeah, but like marriage proposals, like something like this.
I did post on Facebook only for my mom's friends who like.
And
my mom liked it, yeah, and you, but I didn't get
congratulations, Matt. Congratulations.
I did it in Francis's, like, right in Francis's old hood, so I got to give Francis a hat tip there because he gave me a bunch of good recommendations, and it went off without a hitch, so it was fucking awesome. Portland, Maine, let's go in there.
It is a good place to propose, yeah.
Matt, did she hesitate, or was it a yes right away?
I did it on this island. It was like this private island who Francis is called Mackworth Island. And I get there and it's burning a hole in my pocket. I'm about 10 paces away. I'm nervous.
Especially if Francis recommended it.
Yeah. And I see this like swinging bench and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. So I get down, I say something cheesy and she's like caught off guard because, I'm not like that, or not, randomly.
You're not a nice person.
Yeah. No, I'm not a nice person. It's just that I don't access my feelings a lot. Uh-huh. And I get down on a knee and she just says, "What are you doing? Get up." Come to think of it, like, I don't even know if she said yes. She was just like, "You're crazy." Obviously she was elated, but it was really good. It went off without.
Yeah, I can't believe this is. I got to find out on the morning jog. Well, congratulations.
Whoa. You're going to leave us with her being like, "What are you doing? Get up."
Yeah, actually.
She said no. Yeah. She was like, "What are you? Oh my God, are you crazy? Are you crazy?" And then I said, "Will you marry?" And she goes, and I was like, "Is that a yes?" And she goes, "Yeah, you idiot." Like,
oh yeah, okay, good. This story comes
my better
out.
Self.
Hooray for love.
She actually didn't cry.
Oh, see, that's
I was kind of hoping I'd get
it. That's something to think about there, man.
No. Yeah, I'm almost crying.
That's pause to clause there.
Yeah, she showed every other indicator that she was pretty overjoyed, but I didn't get a tear, which was unfortunate. My mom, on the other hand, was waterworks for quite.
Yeah, at least you got one out of the two.
Yeah, we're happy for you, Maddie.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, congratulations, Maddie.
No more sliding into DMs, fellas.
No more sliding, baby. Okay.
All right. Speaking of burying your better self, fellas, Johnny Manziel has officially buried Johnny football. The 27-year-old recently told the Lubbock Avalanche Journal that his football dreams were in the past. Quote, "I've finally gotten to a point where I'm trying to achieve happiness in life, not happiness on the football field. I know a lot of people probably want me to come back and play and give it another chance, but I don't know. As far as being a person and is figuring out life as a young adult, trying to make it and figure it out, if I've ever been in a better place than I am right now, I can honestly say that I'm happy and I'm doing the right things to try to put a smile on my face every day. And that means more to me than just going out and grinding on the football field." Johnny is only 27 and this dude has been through more highs and lows in life than many twice his age. Francis, are you happy Johnny has come to terms with his limitations?
I would say I think it's a bittersweet realization. I understand this guy became a punchline, but born with an incredible God-given talent to play a certain sport doesn't necessarily mean that that's what you were supposed to do. And I think a lot of people don't really understand that, right? Because Johnny Manziel, it's very easy to look at him and say, well, how could you not just keep it together? You're getting paid all this money, all that, right? All he really wanted to do was pop bottles in Las Vegas. This dude should have been living the life of, that guy Kirill was here. Like, or let's say like he should have been a nightlife promoter at Hakkasan. That's destined to do. And it just so happened that somehow he was so well suited for college football, but Obviously, it didn't really translate to the pros. He had some major issues, drinking, partying, couldn't keep himself out of trouble. But, I think I wish him well. I could see him ending up as a nightlife promoter of some sort, and maybe that's what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, the photo of him, he was rolling up the dollar bill like in just some shitty bar about to just rail line a blow. I mean, it's good. I'm happy for Johnny in that he's not keeping this pipe dream alive. What do you think, Kara Robbie?
My thing is, and I hate to be harsh, but was anybody expecting him to come back? It's kind of like it was reported, like we were all waiting on a Johnny Manziel return, like he was Cam Newton. It's just a matter of time till he signs. But it would be like, somebody reporting that Jamarcus Russell, by the way, is not coming back to the NFL. We moved on from Jamarcus Russell. Yeah. And again, I hate to be harsh, but we have moved on from Johnny Manziel. I will say I do feel bad for him in the sense that he clearly has a problem. I don't know if you guys follow him on Instagram or seen him, but he's still getting after it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he's regrouping and planning. Like, he is getting after it. Like, he has not slowed down by any means. So I hope he gets help. But I have definitely moved on.
Yeah. Does he need help, Robbie? He's your age. Like, I feel like people were holding out for something because he had that comeback season, and it was like, what are you doing here? He bounced around to the CFL, the AFL. His wife left him. Like, he was going through the ringer. But when I read this, I was really kind of happy for him because he's finally.
I think it sounds that way, but I'm telling you, if you see his Instagram, it's a great follow. Don't get me wrong, an entertaining follow. Or like Bob Menery's Instagram when they were together in Scottsdale, he's getting after it. I hope nothing for the best from him, though.
Wow. Cool. While we're on the topic of harsh realities, fellas, poorly endowed men all over the world are collectively weeping as they've been told their sexual cheat code does not exist. German gynecologist Ernst Grafenberg was the first to suggest a woman's sexual pleasure increases thanks to a G-spot, a dense network of nerve endings. But this theory was reportedly disproven by a new study of 17 middle-aged women. Their study found no particular money spot, but a fairly even distribution of nerves. Barry Karmasek of Rutgers University said, quote, "It's not like pushing an elevator button or a light switch. It's not a single thing." Medics from Istanbul also claimed anatomical evidence for the presence of the G-spot was insufficient and weak. This study may be a relief for many. One survey found 22% of men felt finding it was the main aim during sexual intercourse. Robbie, back to the drawing board on this one, pal?
Yeah, I mean, look, the thing is why this doesn't really affect us much, because if you are a guy, say you don't hit the G-spot, okay? Say you just can't find it. It's not like you could take out this article and show it to your significant other and say, hey, by the way, there isn't such thing. That's really not going to change much. You would think as guys, and in just the history of sex, no guy has ever thought to just ask where it is or if they're there. Just take the hit on one time during sex and just focus on finding it, talk her through it a little bit so you both know. But I just feel like we've never even thought just to ask. I feel like all we got to do is ask, and we'll have a lot of answers there.
Yeah, it's a great point. I mean, and the other thing I would say is, what number, Matt, did you say of men think that finding the G-spot is like their focus during sex?
22%.
Okay, so 22% of men. I mean, if you're out there and you're having sex and you're still thinking like, is this it? No, a little higher. A little. You're a fucking 7th grader. Get in the moment. Focus on things like eye contact, sexy, dirty talk, kissing of the neck, all this shit that you read in like Teen Vogue or whatever. Don't be, the claw machine at the movie theater trying to like inch it a little left and a little right. You got to get out of the mechanics at some point. And I'll add that, Robbie's exactly right. Like at a certain point, I mean, look, I get it. The first time you have sex with someone, you can't be like, can you just provide me with a shopping list of things that you'd like me to do, please? You can't do that. But by the third or fourth time,
Just
lay
ask.
it out. You know,
Yeah.
get the scouting report. By
Just
God.
ask.
Yeah, you know, I got some things I like, and the sex is going to get better once we're comfortable admitting that.
Right.
Okay? So
yeah, I think that's a huge problem. You guys bring up a great point. Like, men just don't ask. I mean,
Just
I don't know
ask.
if you guys, but the first thing I learned was just the insertion and then do the bicycle kick with the fingers. I stopped doing that in like 2016.
When
I was
Francis
working on
says he has to go on the Peloton, that's what he means.
Yeah.
I tell you. But you know what's funny about the article that you had sent? The scientist said, or the doctor, whoever it was, said it's not like going up an elevator and clicking a button. Now, the next time I'm going to have sex, I'm going to think of me going up an elevator and clicking a button. So it kind of fucks with my head a little bit.
Yeah, that is if you remember it in 2025.
Oh,
You got that. You got that, Frank.
You got you, Rob.
Got
He's saying
him.
5 years. Until you
All
have
right,
sex.
all right,
That's a long
all right.
time.
Virgin.
Okay,
All right,
here
fellas.
we go. Here we go.
I'm gonna have the last
morning
word
jog
on
just
that
turned
one.
into the morning sprint.
Yeah.
All right. While we are on the topic of sensitive female reproductive organs, Kanye West is back in the news for the petulant manner he treated his former bodyguard. In 2016, Steve Stanulus worked as Kanye West's bodyguard for a grand total of 15 days, which is evidently enough time to learn that you hate each other's guts. Stanulus' tenure as Ye's bodyguard ended abruptly when he was allegedly fired after Kanye accused him of hitting on Kim Kardashian at the front door of the presidential suite at the Waldorf Astoria the night before the Met Gala. Stanulus is a former Chippendales dancer and NYPD officer, claimed Kanye implemented ridiculous rules like standing 10 paces behind him on the street and would flip out over things like Stanulus not pressing the button in a hotel elevator. Pressing buttons is back here. The former bodyguard now calls the rapper a bully and is threatening to sue for $10 million in damages after West accused him of breaking a confidentiality agreement when the bodyguard called him the neediest, moodiest client he's ever had. Stanulus is also now developing a movie around his experience as a bodyguard to the stars. Francis, what's your take on this asshole?
It was the same thing that we talked about when Ellen DeGeneres' pathetic bitch boy bodyguard outed her for not knowing his name. I mean, where are people finding these guys? Is it like, does the website for, Snuggle Buddy double as the way of hiring bodyguards? These are the softest bodyguards. You got to get Israeli bodyguards. I've said it before. I'll say it again. You need a guy who's not going to speak, who is a member of the Mossad, who, has his dark sunglasses and his squiggly little earpiece and does not talk to you. Having a great bodyguard is like having a great caddy. Okay? You're there to support me and make me feel safe when my life is falling apart. But do not expect me to ask you questions about your life.
That's
I'm
awesome.
paying you for a service.
Awesome.
Stay 10 feet behind. Why would that be a weird thing for Kanye to ask his bodyguard? Why is that something to be complaining about? Needy and moody? Did this bodyguard expect anything else from Kanye? Was he surprised when Kanye West, Mr. Daily Meltdown, turned out to be a little moodier than he could handle? Do your fucking research.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stanulus also worked for Leonardo DiCaprio, I think Tobey Maguire. So he's been in these crowds. Robbie?
Sounds like a total like dick. I don't like this guy. I don't like, you if you're a bodyguard, you are meant to be seen and not heard. You are meant to be a security blanket. You are a walking bulletproof vest. So fuck you. I mean, unless you're just sourcing from the movie The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston and the guy from Dances with Wolves or whatever, Kevin Costner, where she falls in love with him, that's not going to happen. Okay, bodyguards are not friends.
First off, Francis, I think the caddy analogy was spectacular.
Thank you.
And I'm going to double down and totally agree with your rant. And I'm going to triple down and absolutely back Kanye West. We all know he's a nut. The bottom line is I'm sure this bodyguard was making good money. Nobody's doubting that he was an absolute nut. I'm sure he had these policies and whatnot. Think about it this way, too. He's paying him a good amount of money. You got to believe. Okay. He's paying him a good salary, feeding his kids, all of that stuff, regardless of how much of a nut job he is. Think of if you're Kanye West. Okay. I even had a driver, a guy who called me to come on my podcast, and he was a driver for Matt Damon and other celebrities throughout the years. Imagine your driver or your bodyguard that you're with every single day and trusting to be with you every single day, every single moment, every single phone call, always there, decides that now he wants to write a book or he wants to go to these big sources of media that you're now so close with. You really can't trust anybody. I mean, think of all the stuff this guy has heard. So regardless, if you dislike him that much, leave with some class and not blast his stuff everywhere. We all know Kanye West is a nut. We all know that. Nobody's debating that. But now he's spilling all of his stuff that he trusted him with for years.
Yeah, and it's so self-serving too. The guy he was behind a movie with Tara Reid now, and he's developing this new movie about a bodyguard. So it would be in his best interest to just just send in something to Page 6 every week, just like about Kanye. Keep himself in the news so he can fucking, garner hype around his shitty ass movie. Fuck this guy. I am in complete agreement with you two on this one.
Could you imagine following Francis around all day? Do you know how fast you could get him canceled if you were Francis?
Oh my God. Imagine being his Uber driver, dude.
Toast.
Dude, it's funny though, because here's the thing, right? We always talk about the types of people, certain people that you don't expect to be doing it for the glory or to be trustworthy, to not spread the secrets, right? And a lot of the times this comes up when you hear about a Navy SEAL writing a book, like the guy who wrote the book about killing bin Laden, or the guy who wrote No Easy, whatever it was. And then his comrades is in arms get angry because he's gone all Hollywood and he's like sharing the secrets. The bottom line is, I don't think that there really are any jobs that are above the opportunity to spill the secrets for some tasty airtime. And if it's bodyguards and Navy SEALs, I'm not trying to denigrate the Navy SEALs, but it's just happened enough times where you realize, you know what, everyone's the same. We're all going to take an opportunity if we get one for the right price to fucking sell out the people who used to employ us. No NDA is going to hold up. So I don't know. That's just the way things are.
Strong takes, but good takes today.
Yeah, remind me not to tell any secrets to Francis. Jesus.
Well, yeah. I'm not a bodyguard.
I know, Francis. I know you're a lockbox. All right, fellas. That is our Tuesday edition of the Morning Jog. We're back here, same time, same place tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.